Hello friends, welcome to our NNR's English tier. So as we learned simple sentences in the previous classes, as I promised you that we are going to learn tenses for today. In today's class, I am going to give you introduction to tenses, introduction of tenses for a short period of time. Of course, we are not going to take class in detail at length today. So we are just going to learn what is tense and what is the introduction of tense. ఈ రోజు క్లాసులో ఫ్రెండ్స్ మనం టెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, నేను మీకు చెప్పినట్లుగా ఆల్రెడీ ప్రైమరీ స్ట్రక్చర్స్, బేసిక్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్చుకున్నా హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్స్తో పాటు. అలానే సింపుల్ సెంటెన్సెస్ ఎలా ఫ్రేమ్ చేయాలో నేర్చుకున్నాం. వాటితోనే ఇప్పుడు టెన్సెస్ ఏంటో మనం నేర్చుకోబోతున్నాం. సో దీస్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ఆస్పిరెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్ wherever English is there for your exams. And of course, it is also going to be helpful for all the students starting from school level to the college level, in fact to say up to PG level. So without tense, we are not going to have anything in English. So it's a very important topic, a very important aspect in English grammar. So today, in today's class, we are going to learn what is tense actually, and we are also going to learn, is there any difference between time and tense. Let's have a look at what is time and what is tense. Yeah friends, tense, what is tense? Before that, we will see whether there is any difference between time and tense. People mistake time for tense and tense for time. చాలా మందికి టైం కాలము అలానే టెన్స్ అనేది అర్థం చేసుకోరు, చాలా కన్ఫ్యూజన్ అవుతూ ఉంటారు. సో దేర్ ఈస్ అ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ టైమ్ అండ్ టెన్స్. వి నో టైమ్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ దేర్ ఆర్ త్రీ టైమ్స్, పాస్ట్ టైమ్, present time and future time. There are three times in general: past time, present time and future time. Then what is tense? Is there any difference between time and tense? Of course there is considerable difference between time and tense. What is tense? Tense is the time of an action. Tense is the time of an action. You know, an action means work. Whatever you do, we call it as work, and particular work can be done at a particular time. If you speak of any work, the work that is done should have some time of its occurrence. పని అనేది జరుగుతుంది, ఆ పని జరిగే టైం, ఏదో ఒక టైంలో ఒక పని జరుగుతుంది, ఆ పని జరిగిన టైం గురించి చెప్పేదే టెన్స్. టైం అంటే ప్రజెంట్ టైం, పాస్ట్ టైం, ఫ్యూచర్ టైం, లేదంటే పాస్ట్ టైం, ప్రజెంట్ టైం, ఫ్యూచర్ టైం ఉంది. అలానే టెన్స్ అంటే ఒక పని జరిగితే అది ఏ టైంలో జరిగిందో చెప్పేదే టెన్స్. అంటే పని జరిగిన టైంని చెప్పేదే టెన్స్. టెన్స్ ఈస్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ అన్ యాక్షన్. సో బేసికలీ దెర్ ఆర్ త్రీ టెన్సెస్ యాజ్ వీ హ్యావ్ త్రీ టైమ్స్. We can call it as present tense or past tense and future tense, or we can even speak chronologically like past tense, present tense and future tense. Mainly there are only three tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. But altogether in English we have 12 tenses. So people often confuse, people often feel it difficult, they worry a lot to know or to remember the names of 12 tenses. It's not that difficult to remember the names of 12 tenses. It's quite easy to remember the names. I am going to tell you a very easy way of how to remember 12 tenses in today's class, and tomorrow onwards we are going to learn all the tenses one by one at length and in detail. So let's have a look at, or let's get an idea of how to remember all the 12 tenses together. As I said, there are mainly three tenses. We know, starting with the present, we have three: present, past and future. Present tense, past tense and future. Each tense has four subtenses or four subdivisions. Remember these four. If you remember these four, it's quite easy to remember all the names of 12 tenses. So each tense has four subtenses or four subdivisions. They are simple or indefinite. Number one, it is simple or indefinite. Second one is continuous. This can also be called as progressive. We can also call it as progressive. And the third one is perfect, and fourth one is perfect continuous or perfect progressive. So four subtenses are there. Simple can also be called indefinite, continuous or progressive, perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. If you remember these four and if you add these four to the main three tenses, it's quite easy to remember the names of 12 tenses. Let's club them together. So mainly we have three tenses: present, past and future. As I said, each tense has four subdivisions: simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Remember just those four names enough: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So if you club that, if you join together present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Similarly, past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous. And finally, future simple, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. So these are the 12 tenses. Once again, if you remember these four names, join them to all or add them with all the main tenses, you are going to get 12 tenses easily. So present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future simple, future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. All these are the names of 12 tenses. So friends, in tomorrow's class or in the next class, we are going to learn all the tenses one by one at length. That means very clearly. I'm also going to give you some tips or some keywords to identify different tenses. So till we meet again, signing off. Bye bye. Have a nice time. Thank you.